$15 million. Well, that's just a little bit in the grand scheme of more than $1 billion that could be invested into industry in eastern Kentucky. But Kentucky legislators are hopeful that it will be enough, for now at least, to entice still an unknown company into investing just that, and actually more than $1 billion into industry and long-term good-paying jobs in eastern Kentucky. The questions that were answered earlier today and that we still know are that one of the last things to come before our legislators just a few moments before the end of the legislative session, both the Senate and the House agreed to an amended version of House Bill 482. Amendment, a $15 million bond that would be used to attract industry. The only details that most legislators had before the vote, that it would provide 1,000 construction jobs, and after that 500 permanent jobs, each with an average salary of $75,000. And that $15 million was a big part in helping Kentucky beat out another state in contention for the deal. Now, what I can add to that is what I've been able to find out through sources this afternoon. Just a few other details to share with you. That indeed the money is for trying to entice an industry that is looking to locate to eastern Kentucky. And they're looking to invest about $1.3 billion in doing so. As for where in eastern Kentucky, well, that's nothing that I can answer as of tonight. However, when I did ask the general question, is it something that not just all of eastern Kentucky, but my viewing area would benefit from? To that, the answer was yes. And the rest of the answers to this mystery, as it's been called, could be known in the next few months. Several different arrests on a variety of charges to bring to you this evening and report. The first will begin, however, with some of the most serious charges now levied against a 66-year-old Johnson County man charged with over 30 counts related to child pornography. So far, in all, 31 counts, and those charges coming after electronic devices used to distribute child pornography were also recovered from the residence of 66-year-old, my apologies, the graphic there at the top of your screen is incorrect, 66-year-old Joe Fife of Johnson County. The Kentucky State Police executed a search warrant at his home in Hager Hill, where they found the electronic devices that he used to distribute pornography. And so far, pending their investigation, he's charged with 1 count of distribution of matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor and 30 counts of possession of a matter of a sexual performance of a matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor. Now, they're all felonies and all punishable by up to 5 years in prison. State Police released no other details this hour except to say that the investigation into Fife is still ongoing. That story and some others that we have aired this week and one yet to come tonight, all on the heels of a study released, the most recent of its kind, in which it has determined that Kentucky saw nearly 19,000 cases or counts or instances of child abuse, victims of child abuse in 2015. That equates to about 19 for every 1,000 of our kids. That equates to more than 2 times the national average. Kentucky has the second highest rate of child abuse, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services report out this week. Kentucky cases actually increased from 2014 to 2015 to the tune of about 5.5% as well. In Kentucky, we always wish to tag whenever we can, you can report suspected child abuse to a toll-free number that's 877-KY-SAFE-1. That report preludes an arrest of a McGoffin County man, similar to other counts in unrelated investigations and even in McGoffin and neighboring counties over the past several weeks of assault related to child abuse, that of a Terry Williams, who was arrested and served with a warrant for assault in the 4th degree, that of a child for events that took place on or around the 18th day of this month. Earlier this week, Trooper Dustin Thompson from the Post 9 area executed an arrest warrant on a Terry Williams, an arrest warrant that was filled out by a McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy, in which Sheriff's Deputy Brian Tipton outlined a complaint that he answered in regards to a child which claimed to a family member that she had been struck by Williams after that family member saw signs of bruising on parts of her body. The Department of Social Services apparently was also called, and they received the same statement from the victim or child, which was taken to a hospital and released, not showing any signs of serious injury apparently, while Williams was charged with assault in the fourth degree, that of a child, and lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. I'll be right back. More headlines in just a moment or two. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Up next, a series of arrests that have taken place since I saw you last, including methamphetamine, theft, as well as other charges. According to McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams' police citation, Damian Spears, 31 of Royalton Road here in Sagersville, has been charged with possession of a controlled substance in the first for methamphetamine and possession of a controlled substance in the second for Suboxone, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia for being found in possession of scales and syringes. Reportedly, the officer received a 911 complaint about Spears selling meth somewhere around a residence on Burning Fork, and when he arrived at the scene, the above subject, being Spears, let him in the home, as well as another person who was there, and when he questioned the suspect or subject in the residence, as well as the female who was there, she stated that Spears had just went to the bathroom and put a bag of something underneath the sink. It was there that he says, that being the officer, found syringes and a small rock-like substance believed to be methamphetamine, which field tested positive for methamphetamine, as well as other drug-related items and other drugs. Spears was since lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on yesterday, where he still is at this hour. And an unidentified resident who thought that maybe some of his stolen items might have ended up at a pawn shop found out that to be the case. McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Holbrook says that he was actually contacted by a local pawn shop regarding some possible stolen property, that a victim identified actually as a William Joseph had been in the establishment and identified that property as being his, that he believed was stolen from the back of his pickup truck on the 24th day of this month, just days ago. The items were identified as a DeWalt combo pack, a drill, and an impact driver, cordless, I believe, tools. The pawn shop reportedly gave the deputy the copy of the receipt that showed that it was pawned or filled out by Damian Spears, in which he received $75 for the merchandise. The citation, which charges Michael Burks with receiving stolen property under $500, also says that Burks gave the pawn shop and the deputy conflicting stories about where the merchandise came from. I'll be right back. Still any more headlines to work into the remaining part of the show. Stay tuned. The numbers continue to add up for Eric C. Kahn, and not in his favor either, as the federal government alleges they did for many years, as he sought to fraudulently get, through the means of which it was acquired, at least benefits for hundreds and hundreds of his clients. But now the millions are stacking up, in which the government says he owes, most recently nearly $20 million in a whistleblower case with a judgment that was handed down against the Floyd County attorney just this week. Just days ago, I reported that he pleaded guilty to 2 counts, one of theft from the Social Security Administration and the other for bribing a judge in the case, which has already resulted in him having to forfeit about $6 million. He faces up to 14 years in prison as well after pleading guilty, and there's restitution that is still in question, maybe upwards of $50 million that he could be ordered to pay. And now there's a whistleblower case in which there has been an order set. The government has sought to have Kahn pay an additional $20 million, or at least $19 million, and in regards to punishment in the whistleblower lawsuit that was filed back in 2011 that accused him of fraudulently submitting claims to get benefits for his clients. U.S. District Judge Amul Tapar found him liable in a civil manner in the case just this week. The case is still set for a hearing, however, the matter at least. It will go before the judge next week in regards to the amount and as to whether or not he will be ordered to pay millions of dollars, and a portion of that going to the two whistleblowers, which of course first broke this case years ago. A little bit of breaking news and a little bit of good news, still years away from it becoming a reality. It still looks as though it could become a reality now with the passing of House Bill 13 before the Senate, and it now makes its way to the governor's desk. This video before you a portion of a report that I aired just days ago in regards to the annual roundtable discussion for the disabled American veterans, in which so many representatives from so many organizations were here and legislators as well. I did speak to one of those who is speaking actually in this footage as he was then, and that being our state representative John Blanton just earlier today via the telephone. We actually had a phone interview and I just couldn't make the video cooperate with me at this time. But to quote him, House Bill 13 did pass the Senate yesterday after a unanimous vote, of course, in the House. House Bill 13 has an amendment attached to which Blanton did so, and that being that Magoffin County will stand next in line to Bowling Green and get the remainder of the beds for a facility to be constructed here that Bowling Green can't use, and some other beds from a facility that's going to be remodeled and downsized, and together those allotments will someday come to Magoffin County, hopefully, still not a done deal, but hopefully with now the support of the governor, who is expected to sign this legislature in the next 10 days. As the Senate voted in favor of the House bill with Blanton's amendment attached, it now goes before the governor. It's on his desk. He has 10 days to sign, which he is expected to do. What does this mean? Well, it means that once the Bowling Green facility has started, it will come off the list, so to speak, and that will go to that will give Magoffin County a chance to get on that list. We're still several years away from this becoming a reality, if it does, but there's much more of a likelihood at this time than there was just this time last year. In fact, Bowling Green has been in this process now 6 to 7 years, and they're still possibly 2 or 3 years away from even maybe beginning construction on their facility. But nevertheless, good news is good news. We'll take it when we can get it. Still more headlines to come right now. A whole lot happening on tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. This one just in. The Stinson United Baptist Church is having a fellowship meeting this Sunday evening. And there, of course, that's going to follow their regular Sunday morning service at 11. And you're invited to both. That comes from Pastor Joe Carroll and everyone at the Stinson United Baptist Church. And here are the rest of our announcements, which start off with 1, 2, maybe 4 birthdays tonight. He's 21. Happy 21st birthday to Marcus Keaton. It says, with a whole lot of love and best wishes, Marcus, from Dad and Jeanette and a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 21st birthday to you. I got one a little smaller than that one, just as special nonetheless. This is Gabby Keaton, and Gabby Keaton's turning 3. And from Papa Wayne and Mama Jeanette and a whole lot of family and friends, everybody say, happy birthday, happy 3rd birthday, Gabby Keaton. I got another big birthday coming up tomorrow on the 1st day of April for a soon-to-be, in just a few hours, he'll be a teenager, 13-year-old as of tomorrow, Chasten Rao. With a whole lot of love and best wishes, Chasten, happy birthday to you from Mom and Dad and a whole lot of family and friends. Chasten's turning 13 tomorrow. That's a big one. And to a man a little older than 13, we'll not go there, but to Bill Meade from Leanne and Holly and Will and Granny and Paul and Margie, happy birthday. I think I can also add on that I just spoke to Bill Meade just the other day, and he will be a candidate for sheriff in Magoffin County this next election cycle. So a lot happening for Bill today and soon. Happy birthday, Bill Meade, from a whole lot of family and friends. On to other announcements. You're asked to join them at the Holiness House of Prayer. That's on Route 40, about 2.5 miles out of Sagersville, there across from the power plant. Anointed Hearts Ministries will be with them this Sunday at 6 o'clock that evening. That's on Route 40 again. They are planning on having an awesome time in the Lord, and they hope that you'll join them. You can also join the Living Water Pentecostal Church for their church yard sale. This is going to be here in Sagersville, though, on Parkway Drive in the parking lot there, or somewhere in front of the Magoffin County Water Department. This is tomorrow, 9 till 4, so be sure to stop by. They've got a lot of things to sell for their big yard sale they put together from the Living Water Pentecostal Church. few other things happening over the course of your weekend we've got to make note of this evening. And this one, always important and always fun. They're picking and grinning tomorrow at 7 at the Kearney Free Will Baptist Church, and this is your invitation to come and join them. And get Spot dressed and cleaned up and ready to go. Don't forget about the dog show this Sunday in Sagersville. Our Miss McGoffin, Kyla Page Hale, is putting together a fundraiser to honor her charity, Children's Miracle Network. It's just $10 to enter. They're going to have the most beautiful and best costume contest. They're going to have prizes, and they hope that you'll bring your pooch on down to the dog show. That's going to be across from City Hall there in the large grassy lot next to the Sagersville National Bank. Don't forget, sweet potato slips are available. You can order yours by calling 349-3216. You can also call that number to find out more about the Beginners Sewing Workshop that starts this Wednesday at 10 and 4-H Camp, which starts on June the 6th. And you can call or mail, email, Facebook, phone, fax, however you want to get it here. Get your announcement to me, and we'll tell everyone about it. Birthday, anniversary, or otherwise. Turning to funeral service announcements, a reminder that private services are going to be held at a later date in honor of 81-year-old Carol and Sue Carpenter Cravens of Lexington, who passed away this week, the daughter of the late Virginia Howard Carpenter and the late Luther Green Carpenter. She's survived by son Al Cravens and her sister Charlotte Carpenter Thompson. Formerly of McGoffin County, she served for several years on the board of directors of the Sagersville National Bank and has always maintained her love and interest in her hometown and county. Once again, private services to be held in her honor. 67-year-old Marie Robbins of Limestone Branch passed away on today's date, survived by her husband Paul and son Paul Jr. and daughters Michelle, Rebecca, and Christy. Visitation is going to be at the McGoffin County Funeral Home after 2 on Saturday. Funeral services will be Sunday at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. In lieu of flowers, please make contributions to the Marie Robbins Memorial Fund. And we've been told of the passing of 67-year-old Joe Wendell Minix of Texas, formerly of McGoffin County, who passed away today. He's survived by his wife, Vicki, and I'm told that arrangements are being made at this hour in his honor and to be announced soon. Over the course of the weekend, you can go to McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com to find out more. All right, let's wrap it up weather-wise, and we'll do so as we wrap up tonight a little later on at around 42 degrees. Cloudy skies, light and very scattered showers and sprinkles at most for the rest of your evening, and that's all there is to speak of. Winds were coming out of the west, upwards of 14 to 16 miles per hour earlier, clocking one right now at 4 at 6:30. Tomorrow, definitely cooler. Well, the good news is the precipitation's on its way out for a little while. Not very long at all. Tomorrow will be dry. After a little morning drizzle that might continue up until 10 or 11, we're going to see 53 and 36 and partly cloudy skies. Just kind of a cool and somewhat gray day on your Saturday. But definitely improving on your Sunday, and it's definitely the keeper of your weekend. We'll wrap up this weekend with 68 degrees, the first weekend in April, mind you, at 68 and mostly sunny and 49 and partly cloudy that night. No complaints. Should be a nice one and should make up for somewhat of a little dismal first half to the weekend. And while temperatures will continue to climb into the first of next week, so will the chances for showers. They make a return Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I said it would be short-lived. In fact, a chance of showers before noon. We'll see a likelihood of showers Monday afternoon and definitely Monday night, and then showers continuing on into your Tuesday. Temperatures are going to hold steady. 71 Monday, upper 60s on Tuesday, low 70s on Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday look to be pretty wet. Wednesday, not so much. I think we'll see about a 30% chance of some showers lingering throughout much of the afternoon, but we'll see a little sunshine, and we'll see the low 70s, I think. After Wednesday of next week, that's a little past the forecast period, but I can tell you there's more rain in sight, and there's also some much cooler air as well. How cool? Well, we'll know when I see you next time. The best, but not the worst weather for your weekend. We hope you enjoy it, and hope to see you back here next week, Monday. News already piling up for more of your news today. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.